morning and welcome back to Soul Days. Alright, let's jump right into it. Let's start off picking up some lost leaders off of secondary. As you guys know, I kind of like to just show you from the beginning how some of us NFT buyers do it. So there you go, we just picked up one off the floor here. So lost leaders, still minting. I don't always recommend to buy during a mint off secondary. This is a pre-reveal, so you can see that the GIF is shuffling through some of the possibilities of what the art might look like in the end when it's revealed. I'm picking up on secondary on lost leaders because, for one, I just want to give you guys a quick tutorial on how this NFT buying might go, being new or buying into a new project. And yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of fun. So I got one to start. Now, I did a little bit of pre-hand research, but we're gonna go through this together. And normally you want to do some research before you buy into a project, but for the sake of showing you guys how it goes, we're gonna jump into it now. So we checked the Twitter earlier. Let's do it again. Lost leaders. Minting today. All right, so 1 minute ago, we just sold out. So there were some issues, I guess, with the contract. They switched to a free mint. It sold out in a few seconds, which means that at 0.04, I might have bought at a 2x, depending on how this floor goes. It might drop down to something like 0.02, maybe a little bit lower. But I do believe that this project is strong enough to exceed 0.05 here, eventually. So we're checking out their Twitter page here. A decent amount of followers. I like to check what kind of followers, right? You'd like to see this being an NFT project. You'd like to see other people following this project that have actual NFTs, and are they verified sometimes, right? I see a lot of NFT pictures here, profile pictures of NFTs, but why aren't they part of the ecosystem here? Why aren't they recognized? How active are they? How actively and willingly participating are they in the NFT ecosystem? Are they on NFT Inspect? Things like that. So yeah, see a lot of non-NFTs. You're gonna see a lot of, when you see some, what they might call bot Twitter accounts, let's see if we can find one. A lot of time they'll have no followers, very little, and mostly promotion type tweets and retweets on their page, right? See just a bunch of retweets of promotions. Bunch of retweets of promotions. Yeah, kind of looking like lost leaders. Got their follower count botted up here. So this doesn't determine anything right off the bat as far as the quality, but it gives you a sense of it gives you a sense of what's actually really going on with this project, the kind of demand that it is actually creating or created. See some Ethereum people in this project. This is a Solana project, so I do see a couple of names that I recognize. Sometimes when you have a profile picture, just because you don't have the symbol, it doesn't mean that the profile picture or the person isn't using a verifiable NFT. It's just that it's maybe not verifiable at the moment because it's a new collection, or the collection isn't exactly popular, or maybe it's even off-chain. So we have a Stoned Ape here, another really good OG project. All right, so let's jump into the Lost Leaders Discord. Join. 17,000 people in the Lost Leaders Discord. All right, so when you enter a Discord, often in NFT projects, it asks you to verify. This first verification is usually to weed out bots, so botted followers, right? But this doesn't always work. There are a lot of bot features that can tackle some pretty complex verification requirements. You can see here, they've got some info pools showing their Twitter follower count and things like that. The mint price was reduced from this down to free. Yeah, providing some insight on that. You know, sometimes you have a mint price. Usually a business will determine a mint price based on the amount of revenue that they require for what they're going to build out. Similar to a company raising funds, seed funding and things like that, venturing in order to raise revenue to build out or realize their intentions. May or may not be a great thing, right? If a business is comfortable decreasing that amount. As an investor, it might give you the sense that what they're building or what they were asking for doesn't match or meet expectations on what they were actually trying to realize. Why did they set this price? Were they asking for more than what they needed? Are they just trying to take money now? Obviously, reducing the mint cost to free, they're not really cash grabbing, but are they just trying to get through the mint with zero demand and looking to bank off with secondary? Find out. But I'm buying into this project to, number one, show you guys how it goes from the beginning, and number two, that looking into this project, there could be some at least minor short-term bullishness, and in which case maybe I'll get an opportunity to show you guys. I showed you an entrance into an NFT project, and maybe I'll get an opportunity to show you guys an exit to this project. So we're looking at the sneak peeks, what the art might be. So right now I showed you guys that cycling through a GIF on the pre-reveal. Post-reveal, you'll have stable pictures that are going to look like this. And it being called Lost Leaders, you know, maybe this is Kim Jong-il, Vladimir, and Trump. Things like that. And now let's check out the roadmap. Roadmaps, we're going to lay out the project's plans, what they're going to be offering to you as a holder, as an investor. What can you look forward to? And that would be what's on the roadmap. So final phase, they're going to build out a chameleon tool. This is one of the things that interest me in this project, is that it'll be able, chameleon tool will allow you to tweak the art of the NFT. So that could be pretty interesting, and that's a bit unique to the NFT ecosystem right now. There are a couple of other projects that are doing it. Infected Mob has been pretty successful. They offer something similar, but it's not provided as a tool to the holder, where the holder has a little bit more control over how the tweaking or mutating goes of the art customization. yeah, so that's the last phase. It looks like they've got 5 phases in total. So we got past the mint. They're going to provide staking for LDC coin. You know, that's common. A DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, that's very common. It basically suggests that holders can make decisions, but how autonomous is that? To be able to be made are provided to the holders. The holders don't often always get to have full control about what decisions they can decide upon. So before we get the chameleon tool, we're going to get cursed mates. So that looks like you'll buy an additive collection, probably a mate mixer, and that will allow you to mutate your leader. Something like what we looked at with Soded. We had the Soded vampires, and you buy the blood vial or chalice or both, and it mutates your Soded into an evolved form of the art. And oftentimes the evolved form of the art should provide better staking benefits. So what happens after, though, the art evolution? You know, that's what we want to really start to look at, right? When I'm talking about NFT utility. Is the utility art-based? And is it still remaining within the NFT ecosystem? We looked at projects that are working to provide holders utility outside of the NFT ecosystem, outside of just art collection tools. So it could be interesting. I like this project for the chameleon tool because the chameleon tool could provide some future opportunity to other projects, if not lost leaders themselves, to build upon this idea that holders can now have a tool itself in their hands to customize the NFT art. You might see maybe other projects in the future building off of this idea, building out that tool to greater length, and expanding upon that tool, offering holders an opportunity to tweak the NFT that they're holding, and possibly other NFTs, something like what Infected Mobs is doing, and combine the art of 2 different NFT projects to mutate. You know, then you start to get into something that can begin to stretch out or bridge at least different art communities, different NFT communities together through the use of a tool. And while that's still remaining in the NFT ecosystem, it's providing a platform to bridge NFTs, separate NFT communities together, which arguably starts to bridge out, could begin to branch out beyond the NFT ecosystem. So there you go. Lost leaders. We bought one on secondary. We opened up the Discord, checked out what's happening with the project. I already did that, and that's why I bought one, but I wanted to walk it through with you guys. So you want to do your own research before you buy, and then get in when you feel the opportunity is right, based on the floor price analysis, research analysis that I've kind of been walking through with you guys on. And what else is going on today? So a couple of other projects that I wanted to look at that might be of note are Funny Bears. Funny Bears is showing some pretty good demand. There was this mint happened earlier today also. Funny Bears is another project that's offering some holder benefits, but this one is a little bit more mysterious. And I'm highlighting this one because it's showing some it's showing some hype on secondary, but let's figure out why first, right? So let's do our own research. So there, if you read, I'm not gonna have you guys read it. I'm not gonna read it out for you, but totally. But I'm gonna summarize it. So they're saying that they want to create an online identity for their holders, build the most tight-knit community, empower the holders, provide opportunities, help you guys who are getting into this project build knowledge and skills and connections, facilitate gap closing, all the kind of the things that I'm talking about, right? It's community focused, providing connections between brands and communities. But at no point in this are they specifically addressing how they're going to do that. They want to merge unique minds, bring people together, create a respectful, loving place. Yeah. No, this sounds great, but if you've been in this space, this is the same thing that every NFT project is saying, right? So what you want to see is them talking specifically, giving you specifics, exactly what they're going to build out. So I checked it out pre-hand. They've got a long roadmap, right? But it's kind of, so we're going to look at some of the same stuff here. They go from launch to promotion mostly being social media, Discord and Twitter. They're not suggesting anything specific more beyond that. They're not even really pinpointing that as their marketing tool or campaign. So it's not a put down. They're not even mentioning that they're going to be marketing on Twitter, but if they're going to mention promotion, are they going to promote outside of Twitter? Are they going to jump on Instagram? Are they on TikTok? What are they going to do? They're going to hit the streets. They're going to post flyers, signs, billboards. What are you going to do to promote? Mint already happened, right? It was on Launch My NFT, LMNFT. The mint cost was 0.069. I don't know if that needs to be on the roadmap. They're going to build a DAO. The DAO is as good as what they provide to you. If you're going to be in complete control, that's the epitome of maybe what a DAO might be, and that's probably not likely. I'm not speculating here. We'll jump into the Discord, and the DAO, they'll have announcements not being made by community members, right? You'll have decisions provided to you to be made by votes in the DAO. That's not super autonomous because that's someone providing the decisions to you. They're giving you the options to choose from the options that they're provided to you. DAO tools. So now we're getting into something, right? Now they're being specific. Rarity checkers, run price services, but we already saw these sort of things in lost leaders and other projects that we looked at. In Discord bots that show you tickers on other projects and floors. This is interesting, though. They're going to provide an NFT profit calculator service. So are they going to provide an NFT-based portfolio that can automate timestamps? So in other words, when I bought lost leaders, it'll and I connect my wallet to this NFT profit calculator or portfolio, is it going to automatically tool out that lost leaders that I purchased, show me where I purchased, show me the purchase cost that I made it at time? So it was going to show me 0.049 buy lost leaders, time of day, 9 a.m. And then if I sell, is it going to tell me exactly and timestamp it what I sold at, the amount I sold it at, and what was my profit, if any, or loss? Is that what this NFT profit calculator is? If so, believe it or not, NFT portfolios and good ones are they're seldom in the NFT ecosystem right now. There are a couple of notable ones like Soul Illuminati and Solana Money Boys and things like that, other projects like that have built out really quality portfolio trackers of NFTs. There are a couple others, but yeah, so we want to look at those sort of things, right? NFT tools. So they're providing a little bit more insight on what NFT tools they're talking about. So they're going to have private channels in the Discord about mints, private channel. So private channel, they're referring to the Discord. You have channels in the Discord here that are going to be made private. Private as in you have to be a holder or a holder of a certain amount of the NFT in the collection. Like maybe I only have 1 lost leader right now. Am I going to need 10 lost leaders to access a private channel? Am I going to need 10 funny bears to access this private channel, or just 1? What level of privacy? So more Discord bots, private Discord bots provided as tools to holders. Famous Fox Federation Market, token alerts, mint tools, mint lists. This is interesting. A Magic Eden upvoted mints. So Magic Eden has a launch pad, or Magic Eden has a launch pad, and what's coming up either on the launch pad or outside of it, top upvoted drops. So upcoming drops, upcoming mints, upcoming projects that are soon to be released that Magic Eden is featuring on their page. Here, you'll upvote them. So you have to be connected to Magic Eden, as I am, and I can upvote on it, right? So this one's Tripping Gators got over 5,000 upvotes. It's showing the strength of the community. And top upvoted projects will pop up on this main list here. You can look a little deeper on other top voted projects upcoming. The reason for this might be to suggest credibility or demand. But that's just suggestive. We've seen a lot of rugs. We've seen a lot of scams that got top upvoted and even launched on Magic Eden Launchpad itself. And that's not a knock. It's just how things go. And it's not maybe not necessarily always a rug or a scam. It's just, NFTs are early, and they're also they can be considered startups and small businesses. And sometimes small businesses, no matter how hard they try, they just don't make it. Another project that's fairly early on that I wanted to look at, kind of point out, was Geomancer. So Geomancer, reason why I'm looking at this one is because it's showing some pretty frequent buys lately on secondary. It's a fairly recent mint, just a couple of days ago. We see some pretty good activity on Twitter regarding it. So here's the main Geomancer. I'm on the main Geomancer page here. And so we see Geomancer tweeting out itself. And we also see other holders in the community that I kind of recognize. I've seen them around pretty often. It's got a masked ape here. He's posting about Geomancer, and Geomancer itself is retweeting his post. So that doesn't mean too much. So, sometimes a lot of the time, people will buy an NFT and they'll what you call shill it. They'll sell it. They'll sell it off. They'll promote the idea. They'll sell the idea to other people so that other people buy in. And when you buy in, it creates demand on that project that they're also involved in, and that might raise the value of the project. And then, so you can understand why people would be talking about it as readily. But often, so that's why you kind of want to get to know the community, and you kind of understand who does what and why. Why are these certain people always talking about the projects that they're buying into? And once you get to know who's talking about it, are they Are they the type of people to continually reinvest in the project? Are they the type of people that are continually buying into the project, you know, and building up the floor, building up the project? They're adamant and also very supportive of the project. Are they gonna do a lot of the work for you as a holder, for you as an investor, and for the project itself as a promoter of it, in promoting it, marketing it on Twitter, social media? All those things bring new eyes to the project, new buyers, right? And all the while that provides revenue back to the project, and it provides value back to you as a holder, as an investor. Who is talking about the project? Are they quality profiles, you know? Versus, and this doesn't mean, you know, certain amount of like super high follower counts, low following counts, or whatever, doesn't mean anything really right away. But as we've seen on NFT Inspect, when you have a follower, when you have a profile that's talking about a project and say they've got like 100,000 followers, you know, that could be something significant, and have a significant effect on the project and maybe the value. So we have a primates here holder with a really good amount of following talking about this project. And the reason why I point out the primates project is because people involved in the primates project are known for being active on social media, and also they're holding up a project has done well. Primates has done well. It's a quality project. It's recognized in the NFT communities. Good to see a primates. Good to see Mass Apes. Lost is a strong new project. Loopers, and so on. Good new project. Yeah. So Geomancer, wanted to point this one out and look at it real quick just to kind of show you guys what in-demand new projects that have lower entry levels might look like, who's talking about them, and why. These are not assumptions or conclusions or suggestions. These are just, again, my opinion and how I like to look at projects. And I'm actually concluding, if I am here, that Geomancer is interesting, right? And that's why we're looking at it. So I'm already part of the Geomancer Discord, because I was looking at it earlier today to decide whether or not I wanted to show it, kind of use this as an example to look through it. But so Geomancer is not disclosing too much information. They're being a little bit mysterious about what they're going to be building out, what they're going to be doing. And sometimes, let's face it, you know, a little bit of mystery is a good thing in the NFT ecosystem. So sometimes that's why you like to see certain kind of holders, certain kind of people talking about it. Because while there's mystery, if you're familiar with the type of people from the NFT community who are talking about it, maybe they only talk about quality projects. Maybe they only talk about projects that are going to do well. So, so I saw a couple of alpha callers that are very active in the space, talking about this. This was a Degen mint, you know. So we'll see. I'm gonna watch it. Public price of public cost of mint was 0.1 SOL. So considerably lower entry cost here. Fairly early on. The secondary is still somewhere near the mint price, actually almost 2x though, so 0.19. I'm not a holder, so I'm probably not looking at what's really going on with this project, right? I'm in the public view here, so I haven't verified that I'm a holder yet. So I might not have access to all the information that's that's important to know about this project. But we did see on Twitter though that they're attempting to partner with Degen CoinFlip. I don't know if they actually are yet. So this is their application form that they're showing that they're requesting to partner with Degen CoinFlip. Degen CoinFlip was one of the earliest gambling type, betting type NFT projects on Solana. They have a coin flip 50-50 gambling game, and it's done extremely well. You know, we saw Degen coin flip floors above 100 SOL. Yeah. So it looks like, I don't know if they actually are partnered, but they made a request, and they're definitely pushing that. So, okay. They're going to release their white paper soon. White paper being a detailed breakdown of what this project is, how it works, how it will function. That's usually what a white paper is. It's a formal presentation on the operation of the project. So sometimes people place a lot of emphasis on a white paper because depending on the quality of the white paper, it shows that the project took some time and has a well thought out plan and has a roadmap to actually develop the functionality, the operation, the tools, whatever the project's aim is going to be. It's clearly discussed in this white paper formally presented in a professional manner. You want to look for professionalism in an NFT project, and sometimes you don't always get that with lower cost entries. And that's why they often are referred to as a quote-unquote degen mint. Degen being degenerate, so high risk. All right, that was Geomancer, another recent project, recent mint that you might, if you're entering into the NFT ecosystem on Solana, you might see a lot of talk about. You're going to see a lot of talk about recent mints and things like that, new projects, people getting into what's popular at the moment, what's trending at the moment. Yeah. So in this case, I bought one at 0.049. We have a floor at 0.044 now. We do know that there is something like the Chameleon tool that's going to be built out. We want to see we want to see some process being displayed, or at least steps being shown or announced in the Discord that are being made towards the realization of that Chameleon tool throughout this process. So again, I definitely bought prematurely, because normally I wouldn't buy this project. I'd actually just wait for the Chameleon tool to start being fleshed out, start being shown, start being sneak peeked. Yeah, I'd like to see more progress being reached towards that Chameleon tool being ready, because this project, likely, I didn't see any other strong offerings coming out of Lost Leaders. Some of the very typical offerings like mutation and staking being involved here. Although the art might be something to bring us back above 0.05, sometimes that alone, oftentimes that alone is really not enough if the project's not offering anything original. And yeah, so this project might definitely will continue to pull back here. So if I see an opportunity, if we get an opportunity today to list and sell successfully above 0.05, we're doing that. But I'll be watching Lost Leaders. I'm interested. I'll be watching this project and look at a later entry. Okay, so here we're at the Magic Eden homepage. I got a lot of oddball projects that I'm on that I'm watching on my watch list. The Magic Eden watch list is populated when you go to the project page, and then you hit the on watch button. You need to be logged in to do that. So I'm watching Bomber Mines, and I'm also holding Bomber Mines. Bomber Mines is a Minesweeper game, and the Minesweeper game that they're offering has been done. You get royalties back from this project, and yeah, so see here, you can bet Sol, you can bet Dust. Dust is a coin that's provided to you from staking DeGod's. Site is a coin that's provided to you from staking Renegade Reptiles. And then you have Seeds. Seeds is from, I believe, Geopets. I could be wrong. You guys, you NFT community out there, you can correct me if you want. But so a lot of the time, it's the playability that creates the value for these casino projects, right? Playability for betting, for risk games is a big determiner on the value of the project, because if you're not winning, you're always losing. The game's always taking your money. People are going to sell. They're going to get out. And one of the quick ways to check that out is recent plays here. And so we're seeing some decent amount of wins versus losses here. But it looks like it's all the same wallet. Only one person playing most recently, and playing quite a bit. But we see a little bit of that reflection happening in the floor price. Over the last few days, Bomber Mines has taken a pretty heavy dip from where it was post-mint. Post-mint, it jumped up to just about under 2 SOL floor, and then we saw a pullback even below 0.5. Now we're seeing a return to entry here at 1 SOL. I'm still holding my Bomber Mines. I've been getting pretty decent royalties. I think I've been getting about 0.05 per each bomber that I hold. So if you hold, for example, if you hold 1 Bomber Mine in your wallet, you'll be sent 0.05 SOL. I think it's every week, once a week, which is really not much at all, right? But it's interesting. It's an interesting prospect. Right now, 0.05 SOL is not very much, right? If SOL's worth $36 right now, 0.05 SOL is probably about a little less than less than $2. So you want to see like maybe 0.1 at minimum, and let's say if SOL ever reaches $100, 0.1 SOL is still not much. 0.1 SOL and $100 is actually $10. So yeah, if you hold, so SOL had to hit about 250 at one point. So 0.1 SOL at 250, 1 SOL. Now it starts to have a little bit more significance. So in my live feed here, we're looking at another casino type coin flip, looks like, because there's holding a coin. I'm just gonna assume they're a coin flip game provided to you by the Soul House. Soul House is really well known. And this project is doing well. It's 0.54 now. So let's take a look. Sold out today. So it minted today. And this project is provided to you by solhouse.io. As I mentioned, solhouse.io is recognized, is successful already. They have a few other projects that are out, other games. Soul Crash is really popular. So depending on the name, brand, you're gonna have most likely a higher revenue, so a higher return on profit to the holder. So this was providing 50% back to the holder per NFT. That's not bad, right? If you have good revenue. So Bomber Mines, you'd like to see, maybe a higher Twitter count, right? You'd like to see more followers that might suggest more users of the Bomber Mines game, which means more revenue for the game and more return to profit for you. That's how that's gonna work. Another project that's happening, seems to be happening right now in Solana are Sahara Degens. So another low entry project. We're seeing some buys, continual buys on Geomancer. We're not seeing anything on Lost Leaders. Floor continues to dip down to 0.04 now. Sahara Degens. Sahara Degens is seeing a lot of talk on Twitter, social media. Yeah, interesting project, pretty cool art, Gothic, Degen style. And so I'm assuming, so if you hold 10 Sahara Degens, you'll get airdropped for free one of these Sahara Cybers. Is there more to that Sahara Degens project? I'm not sure. Here you see some other world being picked up this morning. Cam 1, a pretty much an OG project that's been kind of underlooked. I like the art on this project. Anime style. We saw some pretty recent, I've seen some pretty recent activity on this project. Yeah, project founders have stuck it out with this project. It's offering just really strong art-based utility, which is, comic book stuff, manga releases, and yeah, short articles, so manga type and storyline driven things in comic book style with Cam 1. And they have a companion collection, females. The floor just is strong. Really long-standing projects, nice art. If you're interested in that sort of thing, I like that art. I was holding several of them. I might pick up some again. Support some OG projects. At least you know that the founders have stuck around, continue to work, continue to provide the art that they were intending to provide to you from the beginning. Sahara Degens, so another maybe art-based project. They're gonna bring the Sahara Cybers, but beyond that, we'd like to know what else is going on with that project, right? So a minor little sweep there on the Bomber Mines. We're getting really close to the point to the one soul here. So dead. You know, I like to look at the Soldeds. What's going on with the Vamp family here? Seeing some steady reaccumulation on this project. We're going to probably continue to see some pullbacks somewhere near 0.75, 0.7-ish range, and then returns closer to 1 sol, but we're seeing this 0.9 wall like really pick up here. Look at that. It's a fat 0.9er. So, but I believe in this project. The art is extremely strong. Community is really strong. If you're getting into NFTs for art, this is a fun one. Has a really present, it's very, yeah, just a very present community on Twitter. Us being NFT Degens, we like to see that social media activity and that engagement. And a lot of times people pick their profile pictures just for a very prominent social media presence. So you get that engagement. And that could turn into value, right? So when I showed you that people are talking about projects that they're picking up, if you got a strong engagement, strong presence on Twitter, you know, that could be a really meaningful marketing tool for the projects that you're getting into. So yeah, Sentries. I picked up Sentries a little bit yesterday, and I picked up another one today. This floor continues to do really well. The project's getting a lot of steam built up behind it. What I think they're offering is usually runs in the line of projects that do really well on Solana, especially. So they're running validators and RPC nodes, you know, private nodes. So a lot of the time, if you're a holder of an RPC project, you get access to a private RPC node, and that'll if you're running bots and things like that, you know, you can run those bots way more clean, way faster than normal off of public nodes, sharing data, sharing data streamlines, sharing basically pipelines with many others, as where private nodes, you know, it's just a handful of people that have private access. You get a little bit more security and things like that. So yeah, and you're seeing that you probably gonna see some really high you're gonna see some really high sorry. Okay, there you go. So yeah, so again, so the validator funded, so something like mining on Solana. This project will be funded. So the LP, probably the liquidity pool, you stake for the coin. The coin is backed by an LP. Yeah, business rewards, flex to earn. So probably using the PFP on social media. Here we go. Popular collections in the last hour. Sentries number 2. So yeah, let's look a little bit more further at some comparatives of what Sentries are. So shadowy super club, super coder DAO could be something along the line. Sentries could be something along the line of what shadowy shadowy supercoder provides to holders. RPCs, backed by validators. Shadowy supercoder is running Genesis Go. Genesis Go is a very successful RPC on Solana. Yeah. This is an example of a very strong art project. John Lay, a one-of-one artist, or typically one-of-one artist on Solana. You see him featured a lot on exchangeart.art. Yeah, so John Lay's generative offering here. Yeah, and we saw some major run up on this floor here. For good reason. John Lay's got some really nice work, super active on social media, has high engagement on social media. You like to see one-of-one artists being supported. We saw his exchange art offerings start from 2.8 and had secondary sales in the hundreds. All right, let's check out what's going on in the mints today. So here we have our sales. Now let's check out live mints. So this is all the mints that are happening live right now that we can pull off the chain. BFGs. This is an interesting project, so let's take a look at it. So I'm gonna pull up Solana Explorer here. I'm gonna take the address of the mint cycle. Let's go to SolScan. Paste the address. Find it. Okay, this is the account of the candy of the mint on Metaplex. They're called candy machines. So I'm gonna search one of the signatures that minted one of these BFGs. Okay, that'll usually be assigned by the signer, the person that minted, or the account or wallet that minted it. You can see here how much the cost was. The transfer occurred to and from, from and to, for how much. These look like fees. This would be the candy machine address that the signer interacted with. You can find a lot of other data here. Collection mint. Okay. So we're going to find the main collection page here, or we could have just gone to the signer. So I went back. Let's go to the signer. In this account, got some BFGs. Click on the token, the BFG NFTs address itself, the token address of this NFT, this token. These are what the BFGs look like. Pretty good. Nice art, Viking style. Here's the link to the website. Let's go back for a second. Here's a link to the Magic Eden page of the BFGs. So BFGs are going to be running a sports book. This is kind of a trend too. Right now, we saw SolBookie. We have other smaller projects like The Boys offering sports betting. check out their page. So some pretty nice profile picture art to accompany a sportsbook betting utility. These are the team using these avatars to represent them. So here they run out their goal. It's an online betting shop on Solana. This is a royalty-based project. So for holding one of these BFGs, you're gonna get a share of revenue. They're gonna offer some, other coins that you can use to gamble with. SolBookies is you have to use their coin to enter some plays on their sports betting, on their sports books. Looks like they're suggesting that you could use other kind of coins, so probably actual crypto rather than an NFT provided token, which also really is. So SolBookie's coin is also a crypto, but I think what they're suggesting here is you could use Sol, maybe USDC, but I think they would just say stablecoin if you could use USDC, because that's a pretty catch. That's a nice hook that you could use USDC. I don't think that'd be possible, but yeah, you'd be able to use Sol, maybe even Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm not saying that they'll be able to provide that, but you're probably most likely looking at other Solana ecosystem coins. It would be nice if you could use Orca, Sol, things like that. Some Ray from Radium, Fida from Bonafide. Bonafide is the domain provider for Sol. So you can get, a .sol address. But yeah, so BFGs releasing during the trend on sports betting. Looks like a solid project. We'll see how it does. Here's some other mints happening right now, so we can look at them like this, right? This one's on Launch My. Cyber AI Animals, another project looking to catch on a trend. AI, artificial rendering. Sakito. All right, let's see if we can find this one. So I took the token address that was available on the mint. Let's check one of the signatures. See if they have any of these Akitos in the account. All right, let's do it like this. Alright, so let's check out their webpage. Twitter link. That's down. We got a Twitter link, a Discord link. Looks like they're gonna have some other offerings on this menu. Saw the main moniker here. Let's check out their roadmap, their zone map. Bringing some Asian culture, some Japanese culture. Tezakido has a one soul. I hope not. 1 times 50, hopefully. But okay, so it looks like they're gonna be providing a brand, some streetwear, fashion, partnerships, utilities. Gonna see a lot of bridging thrown around. Web3 building. What other physical items they're gonna provide? Maybe some mugs, some backpacks. You got some staking here. I don't mean to be like that, but this looks cool. Actually, I like the art here. Yeah, no, this looks cool. But you know, as far as originality and uniqueness, other than the art, you know, there are some other projects out there, you know, working or already providing some streetwear, working to provide or already doing so. They have also some utilities on the side that you could offer, because some projects have been around and they continue to provide, continue to build to the holders. Let's check out some other ones. Zenin. I've been seeing this project around. They've been building their community for quite some time, building up a following. And it goes straight to, okay. All right, so I just cycled through and I searched for the token address, how we did the first time around with the BFGs. It brought me to this token here, one of the NFTs in the collection. All right, so Zenin's mint cost here, 1.8. Instant reveal maybe, just a little under mint. So either sometimes the links from the page will be broken, so they're not maybe the correct one, or, you know, worst case scenario, the mint was abandoned, project was abandoned maybe, and quote unquote team rugged. I'm not saying that's what happened here, Zenin, but they just need to fix that link if they're legit. So maybe the Discord works, but we're just looking at it. So Endless Nightmares, art project. I hold a few of these. I like this project a lot. Degen style, on Launch My NFT. Got some renderings, so some like paint style from a solo artist. I think this is nice stuff. Yeah. So this is his second collection. The first collection floor had a run up pretty nicely. Saw an average around 0.6, 0.7 floor. Then it pulled back pretty heavily. And now we're actually sitting at a 0.0, like around this mint price. And oftentimes, as I mentioned before, when you have additional collections coming to an original collection, you will see oftentimes a pullback on the floor. So that'll reflect, you know, number one, the strength of the demand, or it'll reflect the type of holder that's holding the project. So we're seeing a 0.01 floor on Endless Collection 1. Yeah. Probably because maybe some people feel like you value the collection based on what the creator is charging you to mint it at. So the entry on secondary for the original collection is matching the mint cost for the second one. You could look at that numerous ways. Sometimes, me being me, and this is just a suggestion and maybe an offering on perspective. It's not a conclusion or an assumption or anything like that. I'm not trying to call out Endless Nightmare. I like this project. I'm still in it. I'm holding. But sometimes, when I see this sort of thing with a 0.06 floor dumping like this, and you have a mint on an additive collection at around the same price, that sometimes gives me the suggestion that the holders might not be all that unique. So in other words, is it the team? Is it the creator that's dumping this project, dropping the floor, because he's the one that boosted the floor in the first place on the original collection, so that the entries match, so they're not competing. In other words, he's encouraging people to buy the second collection on mint, or encouraging is a nice way of putting it, but you're manipulating the market in order to direct traffic to your new collection so you can mint that, because maybe you weren't seeing actual sales on the original collection off the secondary floor. It was actually you, the creator, pumping the floor. Again, I'm not accusing Endless Nightmare creator of doing that, but that's just something that I want to share with you guys, and definitely adopt that kind of perspective, because yeah. So we don't know what's going on here. I'm not gonna make too much suggestions on what's going on here, but I mean, I did list a few pieces off of the first collection and they sold. So if it is the creator of Endless Nightmare buying his own collection, he did buy unique wallet offerings off of the floor from the original collection. This is nice art. I mean, I looked pretty thoroughly, so maybe you guys can look, help me out here. Maybe, I don't know, is this art taken from another collection? Is it ripped? This is not exactly a good way to vet ripped projects, ripped art from other projects. Ripped as in like stolen, copied, ripped. But oftentimes ripped art, stolen art, has low resolution, small size. So this is mid-size. We saw Tile take up the whole screen, the Tile Robotics take up the whole screen. So this is mid-size offering here. We also saw Gothic Degens with a slightly smaller resolution on this. Gothic Degens had some things about their art too, but that Gothic Degens is based off of plate style art. So plate style art being like, really old medium of making art was using metal plates, wood plates, or whatever, and copying it. So Gothic Degens is built off of that style of art. Maybe that's why it has a smaller resolution. It was also a low entry art project, just like Endless Nightmares is. So you could see a little bit of reasoning behind that. Could be due to cost. Yeah, so we're at the homepage of Endless Nightmare. Endless Nightmare could definitely use a stronger following here, more activity on Twitter, but the people that are active in the Endless Nightmare project are people I've seen around in the ecosystem. They're active. I'd argue that Solana is not like Ethereum, where art is a big part of the culture in Solana, but that end of art is growing. So we did look at John Lay earlier. He's a one-of-one artist. I mentioned Oddly Aesthetic, partnered with Otherworld Project. You know, I mentioned one-of-one artists, and it's good to support them because number one, they have art attached to their reputation. They stick around. They're often active participants in the Solana ecosystem. They keep volume in. You know, we see Degen Poet a lot. I am planning to look at some Poet Punks that he's recently created. But Degen Poet, very active in Solana, highly engaging. So I'd like to see Solmek from this Endless Nightmare collection, you know, begin to get engaged too with the Solana NFT community. Or Simalexic. But Simalexic super active in the Discord. Very he's always available, it seems. He's around, he's present, which is good. But yeah, I like that art. Super nice art. Really fun project to be a part of art-wise. The second offering is pretty nice. A little bit more running the trend on the dark side, right? We saw the first collection kind of running more on the samurai gamut here. Really nice pieces here. I'm actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up a few more of from the original Nightmare, because I think that if this starts to catch, you know, people start to notice this project, Simalexic sticks around. Yeah, this project's nice art. If it's all original, this should catch on, and it'd be nice to be holding a few of these when it does. So, John Lay's Twitter, not John Lay Studio. It's his tag. Yeah, so this is a day in Solana NFTs. Just kind of a quick walkthrough. A brief quick walkthrough on what, just funneling through some recent mints, what Magic Eden might look like on any given day, what kind of projects are happening, what kind of projects are going to get talked about, and why. You see here Sentries trending. The Casino is a casino play, obviously. You know, Curse Labs, we talked very shortly about Curse Labs. That's from they offer the Love token. They have a whole DeFi system. The DeFi district, which has, you know, a number of offerings that all total a whole NFT ecosystem that kind of funnel through each other. So one project provides and supports for another by offering a token that you stake for. The other one is maybe a marketplace that you use the token in to get SOL value back. Another one might be an actual market, DeFi market, where you can have financial services conduct financial market moves. Yeah. Looking at the live feed, we got Hita ETH still hanging around, still hanging up there, but got a floor down to 0.335-ish. Seeing Komodo's still getting steadily bought here. Komodo's was a project that did really well out of the gate, but got rugged immediately. Picking up here, 0.09, maybe a return to 0.1 at some point. If it continues to be strong, let's pull another OG-ish project, Bit Brawlers, play to earn game. You can use other affiliated projects with this, collabed projects with this game, and you battle each other in a player versus player arena style. Let's check it out. Lost leaders, 0.035, so this floor keeps going down. Well, I do think, as I mentioned earlier, I bought above a 2x on what I think the floor is going to go down to, which is 0.02, maybe even a little bit lower than that. Unfortunately, it might stay there for a little bit, so I don't know if we can hit, I don't know if we'll get the opportunity inside of this video to show you guys an exit, at least for an even break, if not leaving on a profit. All right, so let's just check out Bit Brawlers, right? All right, so there you go, Super Smash style PvP, player versus player. You can use other collections to battle. I believe Thugbirds, Pesky Penguins are usable right now. Those are two OG-ish type projects. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you see here the different projects that are collabed with it. So looks like a Thugbirds, Pesky Penguin, a D-God, a Fracture NFT, a Stone Ape, and a Rogue Shark. All OG projects that have been around for a little bit, or a lot longer than a little bit, relatively speaking. Not Bored Ape. So you'll see a lot of this too in NFTs, derivatives, spin-offs of projects. So this one is left facing, as where Bored Ape is right facing. So you'll see the right cheek as where this one you see the left. And but actually this project looks like it's doing pretty well. You know, getting close to a 0.2 here. That's pretty good to see. I had picked up a whole bunch of these at 0.01 quite a while ago. But there you go, Sahara Degens picking up. So this might give you the idea that Sahara Degens is doing something other than just providing an art evolution, right? It's Sahara Cybers. There's got to be something else going on here. Why would this floor be pumping when they're not really doing anything different other than offering mutated art, airdropped art, evolved art? What's going on? Do we need to find out? Let's do that. And then I'll end the stream there. All right, we're gonna verify, follow the rules, verify bot. See me there in the welcome. What's going on here, Sahara? All right, so Sahara offering a coin flip, trade upgrades, something similar to what Lost Leaders was offering, but it's not suggesting that it's an actual tool that could be used by the holder. So they're offering to one of one other collections. So in other words, maybe Sahara degenify another collection's art. So in other words, take a pesky penguin that we saw earlier, a thugbird or a Degen or a rogue shark. Take one of those collections, collab with them, and Sahara degenify that rogue shark. So if we look at the art, okay, let's go back. Let's look at the art, Sahara Degen. So in other words, we take that rogue shark and we make it look like, in this art style, we render it to look like a Sahara Degen style art. That's actually a really popular trend right now in Solana NFTs to modify the art, and a lot of that trend was popularized by Gothic Degens. So Gothic Degens really kicked off that modifying of art from other collections. Not saying that they're the first, but they definitely really kicked off this trend here. So Gothic Degens started out as a low entry project, and it's now hitting, by low entry I mean we saw floors of Gothic Degens below 0.05. Actually below 0.02 at times. I got into this project at 0.0 something, so a little too early, but a lot of times these degen projects, they have strong pumps and also strong dumps. So sometimes you can't realize full gains, you can't always sell the top, but you always want to try and realize profit when you can. And definitely though, you're not, like I mentioned before, you're not wanting to just extract liquidity. You want to provide volume. You want to stay inside the ecosystem. We want to help grow volume in Solana NFTs. We want to further this space. The more we maintain volume in projects and in the Solana NFT ecosystem, the more overall our NFT holdings will be valued. The more value will return to us if we stay and keep volume in Solana NFTs. So, but then again, but also too though, you want to make sure that you're taking liquidity so that you continue to participate, right? So sometimes it's always a good idea to buy multiples of a project rather than just one. At least try to get two so you can de-risk. So what I mean by de-risk is, or take two is, I buy one Gothic Degen at 1 Sol. I bought another at about one Sol. I want to sell at least one for about 1 Sol. So now that, or at least if I'm gonna buy two, 1 Sol each, I want to sell one at 2 Sol. I want to take profits around 2 Sol, so that now that one that I'm holding, I've de-risked. I'm in a way holding it for free. So now I can hold on to it and realize those gains without gambling. I'm not taking a major risk there. NFTs are super risky. So yeah, you want to make sure you survive. Number one, make sure you always have liquidity so you can get into that next project or reinvest in another project and have the potential to join another project or buy another Gothic Degen when it dips. You see another buying opportunity under 2 Sol. So you sold that one Gothic Degen at 2 Sol. Gothic Degens start to pull back towards 1 Sol, and now you buy back in, and now you got 2 Gothic Degens, and you still maintain a 1 Sol profit. So now you have some liquidity to play around with. You can get into other projects, or you can wait again, buy another Gothic Degen and sell another Gothic Degen when it hits 2 Sol again, and now you have 2 Sol profit, and you still maintain, you built your collection up to two Gothic Degens, and you can continue to roll it out that way. So Gothic Degens hit double-digit Sol floors. If you sold Gothic Degens somewhere near there, double digits, and it pulled back down to single digits, 6 now, and you sold it at maybe 10 or 15, you can pick up a lot more in this collection. And in turn, you buy more off the floor, that builds up, that continues to raise the value of the project, provide revenue back to Gothic Degen's team. They're showing that they're sticking around and they're building a community, building up the project, evolving the art, maintaining volume in the Solana ecosystem. Overall, it builds up Solana NFTs, makes the whole ecosystem more valuable, and continues to return profit back to you as a holder. And on that note, I'm going to leave it there. Yep, so this was a day in Solana and Magic Eden, just cycling through, checking out what's hot, checking out some new mints, looking over some projects that are maybe picking up steam, like Bit Brawlers. And yeah, just overall evaluating the market, checking out some floors on projects that we're already in, like SolDead. We want to look for some good buying, reinvesting opportunities, some new buy-ins possibly, maybe make some swing trades. So maybe if Lost Leaders does a little bit better, I can swing out of Lost Leaders, because I know that they have a little bit of ways to go to provide the utility on the Chameleon tool. So we'll continue to see the floor kind of stick around the same price as where my first entry was. So I'll swing out of it, maybe sell out 0.05 if it ever hits that, and use that profit to buy back into another project that I'm already holding, like SolDead or Sahara Degens. Obviously 0.05 is not enough to buy a SolDead right now, but it'll add to my wallet gain. Maybe that 0.05, I can look at another low entry cost project, right? So yeah, that's how we run it, and that's how you want to try and look at projects and evaluate them. Have a good day, trade safe, have fun. See ya.
Everyone, there is no violence. It's all been done. Come on.